Hello everybody, welcome to chapter 4.3 part 2, the least common multiple. The least common multiple. The least common multiple, LCM, of a group of natural numbers is the smallest natural number that is a multiple of all the numbers in the group. This is similar to finding the greatest common denominator. Finding the least common multiple by listing prime factors. Step 1. Write the prime factors of each number. Step 2. Choose all primes belonging to any factorization with each prime raised to the largest exponent that appears. Step 3. Form the product of all the numbers in Step 2. This product is the least common multiple. Step 4. The product of the prime divisors in Step 2 and 3, as well as all remaining quotients, is the least common multiple. Example 1. Finding the least common multiple by listing prime factors. In this example, we're asked to find the least common multiple of 120 and 96, and we're asked to use the list prime factorization method. We want to list the prime factors of 120 and 96. So 120, the prime factors are 2, 2, 2, 3, and 5 multiplied. And 96, it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Then we see that in 120, 2 is repeated 3 times. That means it's 2 to the third power. 3 only appears once, and 5 only appears once. In 96, 2 is repeated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So that means we have 2 to the fifth power, and 3 only appears once. Now we take the highest exponents of each number. Notice that 3 appears in both 120 and 96, but we only use one of them since both are the same power. So we use 2 to the fifth because 2 to the fifth is higher than 2 to the third. We use one of the 3's and one of the 5's. The lowest common multiple is 2 to the fifth times 3 times 5, and that gives us 480. In example 2, we're asked to find the lowest common multiple by listing prime factors. We want to find the least common multiple of 12, 18, and 30. We list the prime factors of 12, 18, and 30. For 12, it's 2 times 2 times 3. For 18, it's 2 times 3 times 3. And for 30, it's 2 times 3 times 5. Now for 12, we see 2 appears twice, so we put it as 2 squared, and 3 only appears once. For 18, 2 appears once, but 3 appears twice, so we make 3 squared. And 30, each one, 2, 3, and 5 only appear once. We take the highest exponents of each of the numbers. 2 to the second, that's the highest one. The others are only 2 to the first. 3 squared, that's the highest 3 because the other ones only are to the first power. And there is only one 5. The least common multiple is 2 squared times 3 squared times 5, which is equal to 180. Remember, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, and 5, well, that's 5. So if we multiply them all together, we get 180. Finding the least common multiple by listing prime factors method. Step 1, write the numbers in a row. Step 2, divide each of the numbers by a common prime factor. Try 2 first, then 3, and so on. Step 3, Divide the quotients by the common prime factor. When no prime factor will divide all the quotients, but a prime will divide some of them, divide where possible and bring any non-divisible quotients down. Step 3, continued. Continue until no prime will divide any two quotients. Step 4, the product of prime divisors in step 2 and 3, as well as all remaining quotients, is the least common multiple. In example number 3, we're asked to find the least common multiple by dividing by prime's factor method of 12, 18, and 30. So we set up our little division over here, and we have 12, 18, and 30. And we divide these 3 by 2 since they are divisible by 2, and 2 is a prime number. 6, 9, and 15 when we divide by 2. We try again to divide by 2, but 2 only divides into 6, so let's try 3. And it turns out that indeed 3 divides into 6, 9, and 15, so we end up 3 divides into 6 2 times, 3 divides into 9 3 times, 3 divides into 15 5 times. Now we have 2, 3, and 5. There are no common factors. In order to find the least common multiple, we take all of these, the 2, the 3, the 2, the 3, and the 5, and multiply them. So the least common multiple is 2 times 3 times 2 times 3 times 5, which is 180. Finding the least common multiple using a formula. Well, there does exist a formula that we could find the least common multiples for m and n. And this formula is m times m divided by the greatest common factor of m and n. This method, unfortunately, only works for 2 numbers. Example number 4 asks us to find the least common multiple of 120 and 96 using the formula. Earlier, we found the greatest common factor is 24. So the least common multiple using the formula we'll call 120m and 96n, and we divide that by the greatest common factor, 24. So 120 times 96 is 11,520 divided by 24, and that gives us 480. In example number 5, we're asked to find the least common multiple of 360 and 1,350. Now remember, here you still need to find the greatest common factor of 360 and 1,350, which turns out to be 90. You should check this for practice. The greatest common factor is 90, and we use that on the formula in the denominator here. And then m and n, 360 times 1,350 gives me 486,000, and we divide the 486,000 by 90, which we found to be the greatest common factor, and we get 5,400. Thank you very much. I hope you liked this video. Take care, be well, and goodbye until the next time.